For our last episode of the season, I'd really hoped to do something amazing. I mean, we didn't find Bigfoot because Yosemite was closed earlier in the season. We didn't find UFOs in Area 51, and we didn't find the Quetzalcoatl in El Salvador. There was no way I was going to drive from San Francisco to Los Angeles alone. Thank goodness my old friend Keith Baskett, the captain, was around as a co-pilot to drive to Los Angeles. So you've never been to 17 Mile Drive before?
No, I've never been on 17 Mile Drive. This is really neat. This is beautiful.
Yeah, coming here reminds me of every trip I've ever taken to a car race or rally, whether I was racing or not, because it's always, two guys in a really romantic location.
So this is the start of a bromance?
I'm just saying, it's it's always disappointing to go to Taormina. Say that you've been in Taormina, Sicily?
No, I haven't.
It's the same thing.
Good.
It's just a beautiful place, but I'm always there with guys. And I have rarely taken a girlfriend to a beautiful location to do anything. Well, I mean, it's always been beautiful for me, but it's usually my house.
This is, I like this place.
And look at this. Do you surf?
No, I'm not a surfer.
Well, you met JF, my producer, right? Well, to be honest with you, I don't really enjoy driving with him very much. And, well, you've met him. I mean, you understand why. I mean, you met Josh.
I think they're both good guys. You don't want to drive with, you don't want them in the car?
Well,
they don't want to be in the car with you.
I'm going to repeat a story my father always tells me is, two girls talking, two girls doing anything. It's beautiful. Anything can happen. It can go anywhere. But two guys, it's already suspicious. But in JF's case, it's not suspicious. It's just kind of not that much fun. So I thought that, if we did this casting, this episode, I could bring someone else along for this amazing road trip down the PCH.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best drive in America.
24 hours, and we're only made it to Monterey.
Well, but it's beautiful, and you get to take it in, and the best part of all is that you're in the car instead of JF, so it's kind of,
Okay.
It's really nice.
So what else are we doing?
Well, Josh used to live up here, and he's got some good friends, and I don't want to talk too much about the personal life, but I thought we'd spend some more time in the area, and JF would be busy editing. The three of us get to know each other, and then go out, have a nice time.
There's no go out. I got to go back to New York.
What for?
I got to go home.
Why? Unfortunately, Keith, like Mike Musto, like almost every other guy friend I have, didn't quite turn out to be the friend I'd hoped. Well, when do you have to fly the 747 again?
I got to leave today.
Like when?
Soon.
But we're on the way to Los Angeles, dude. It's beautiful.
I gotta go.
Look, it's only a 9-hour drive down the PCH.
You told me you dropped me off in LA yesterday, and here we are.
Yesterday,
still in
today. Because he, like Mike Musto and pretty much everyone else I've ever asked, didn't really want to go with me on a road trip, even for an entire day. If you're an airline pilot, if you fly west, then the time zone is in your favor, and it changes in the direction. It'll be like...
What are you saying?
Like in a time machine.
Coriolis effect has something to do with me getting on an airplane and getting there in a timely fashion?
I gotta confess, I don't know what the Coriolis effect is. Like Superman 3, when he
flies backwards.
He flies backwards around the Earth?
Not exactly, but similar.
Sounds like a very powerful force. Can that work in our favor? Can it work against JF?
I don't know that it can work against JF. It'll work against all of us if it works against
Let's pull over here and look at my iPad, check the flights for you.
All right.
But it'd be a lot cooler for me if you'd stay. So, of course, when Keith told me in Pebble Beach that he was getting out of the car, in fact, that he'd be getting out of the car at the airport once I drove him there, and I'd be driving alone down the Pacific Coast Highway, I wasn't very happy about it. What is it about driving with me that makes it so unappealing for my guy friends? Other than David Maher, granted, but we had a purpose. We were trying to break a record. I'm going to imagine, actually, I'm going to not even theorize. I'm not even going to guess. I'm going to say it flat out. My guy friends all know that if I'm driving anywhere and I'm not trying to break a record, I'd much rather be doing it with a woman. I'm all alone. Keith is gone. Mike Musto lives too far away. And JF won't get in the car with me. And I have to get to Ojai, California before sunset. The good news is I'm not really alone. So I have this brand new 6 Series convertible. And to get to Ojai, I have to take the Pacific Coast Highway. And there's nowhere I'd rather take her on a date than this road today, in this weather, the most beautiful road in America. I've driven down the Pacific Coast Highway many times over the last 20 years in increasingly better cars, this probably being the best car I've ever taken down. But it was always with a woman with whom I thought something good might happen in the future. Having to do it alone did not appeal to me. In fact, I was filled with a sense of melancholy, if not dread. Heading south, crossing the Bixby Bridge towards Big Sur, I was struck not by how beautiful the Pacific Coast Highway is. Of course it is. It's like saying you like Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. It's like saying you like Porsche 911s or Ferraris. But by how important it is to drive alone, not just once in your life, but until a point where you no longer have to. This car, like a Jaguar XK, like an SL, is a car for a very specific kind of person. Not the kind of person who cares that it costs $103,000. Several other cars do. Not the kind of person necessarily who cares about all the technology inside the car. Of course, it has every conceivable thing you'd want. Besides the 4.4-liter V8 with its at least 400 horsepower, several eons technologically better than the 4.4-liter 8-cylinder in my E39 M5, which produced 394 horsepower. This car, however much heavier, feels like it has a lot more. There is no place lonelier and more beautiful than the Pacific Coast Highway in a great car. If you own that car and you can drive it flat out, then you can build a relationship. This car is a car that I didn't fall in love with. It fell in love with me by showing me, little by little, every single thing that the engineers at BMW were thinking about, and they thought long and hard and well. Prior generations of BMWs, the 6, too many modes, suspension modes, transmission modes. This car, 4 modes: comfort, normal, sport, sport plus. Sport plus, so convenient, automatically disables the traction. One rocker switch defines your driving experience, which is exactly what I want. Coming back from El Salvador, I wanted to remind myself of what great driving is all about in America. The best road in America, the Pacific Coast Highway. You can argue about it, but you have to drive it again just to be sure that you want to argue about anything else being nearly as good, and nothing else is. I've taken this road in dozens of cars since 1988. It's different every time. It's beautiful every time. It's utterly surprising every time. It's why people come to America and head west. This is the end. And the beginning of the lives of anyone who's ever thought they could start over. It's what California is all about. It is the defining road for anyone who's wanted to start life anew. It is, I think, the top 10 roads in the world.
Whoops. Oop, there's the massager.
Jay, can we start recording?
Okay. So you have a friend named Tai Lai?
Shu Tai Lai.
Shu Tai Lai.
He's a Tai Chi master.
Okay.
So years ago, I asked Chu.
Stay in the right lane.
Okay. Years ago, I said to Chu, I think I might really benefit from some Tai Chi education. And he said that I wasn't ready. And I asked him when I would be. You said probably never. So I'm curious, like, you know, to be a pilot,
sure.
Do you think that I possess the focus and focus?
I don't think it's the same thing as the mental discipline of Tai Chi or a martial art. I think it's a physical skill that anybody can be taught. There's two parts of learning to fly. There's the physical, and then there's the academic. So the motor skill, you're absolutely capable of it, and I have no doubt that I could teach you to fly an airplane in a relatively short period of time.
Really?
But
safely?
Of course, safely. I mean, I've taught many people who have learned to fly an airplane. I just
guys, pull over and wait for us, please.